Do you enjoy lore theories about Genshin and Honkai? I'm not talking about how Paimon is supposedly Asmodee, although the theories are quite convincing. Nah, my friends and I came up with one I rather love the idea of. It involves my favorite Genshin Impact character, the Wanderer, and my least favorite Honkai Star Rail character, the HERTA. I somehow always end up disliking the fan favorite. Anyway, MiHoYo loves to connect their games and repeat themes and concepts, and the newest Honkai Star Rail World Amphoris is a literal retelling of the Honkai Impact third story, The Flame Chasers. MiHoYo loves to connect their games, Welt in Honkai Star Rail, and even MiHoYo's upcoming game Nexus Anima has a surprise appearance from Blade of all people. However, Genshin so far has not been linked to either game. Well, there is one item in the HERTA space station, which is a glider from Teyvat, but it's kind of more of an Easter egg rather than like a confirmed connection, I would say. But here's where the theory comes in. So this theory is just for fun and completely not canon and not to be taken seriously. But what if the HERTA lost one of her puppets and it somehow ended up in Teyvat? We know that puppets can go missing and become untraceable, and we also know from Wanderer's story quest that the concept of the puppets comes from Conria, which is how A eventually created the Wanderer. So what if the puppet somehow ended up in Teyvat and the technology was broken down and understood? I think it would be kind of cool as well if Sandrone, the 7th Fatui Harbinger, was derived from, or maybe even is, the puppet itself. There are hints that Sandrone is obsessed with knowledge, and that lends itself to the theory of her being related to an emanator of erudition. Arlecchino says, I have little interest in her. She's extremely passionate about her research and does not appear in public. In fact, many of her officers have yet to see her at all. The Wanderer also confirms this by saying she's a terrible personality and cares for nothing outside of her own research. Erudition vibes, anyone? Maybe her quest for knowledge stems in her original purpose as one of the HERTA puppets, and maybe the invention of the Catherines in Genshin is all somehow tied back to the HERTA and her brilliance. There's also an interesting case of the HERTA music being found in Teyvat. This is the same music that plays during the HERTA's idle animation. I don't know, it's a rather silly theory, and I'm still kind of building up some of the evidence for it. I love theory crafting and theory building because it helps me wonder and imagine about the world, and if your imagination is engaged and derived, you're going to want to play that game, you're going to want to explore that world a little bit more. What about all of you? What is your craziest theory about MiHoYo?